And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graveyard here on Sunday afternoon basketball. Today it's Nunawading Spectres taking on the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence. Joining me today again, Damien Arsenis. Welcome, Damien.
It's good to be back here, and what a turnout it's been here. I always love that pre-game presentation and the call out of the Spectres coming into the game.
Not quite as effective in the daytime, but still gets the job done.
But look, the lights and the turning down the sound and a bit of smoke, and of course you've got Hector as well. But it's going to be a really interesting game. Always look forward to seeing the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence play. Of course, the youngsters, those that have been identified as being future Australian representatives, if they haven't already represented their country at Australian junior level already. And of course, they come into tonight's game following a 56-68 loss to Ballarat last night. Well, Spectres have started to get a bit of a roll going.
They did up until last night, until Rebecca Cole torched us for 40.
40 points. What a game she had.
The girls went down to Dandenong over at Dandenong Stadium last night. So they'll be looking to bounce back and keep their spot in the top 4 or top 8. We're just a minute away from tip-off here. The Centre of Excellence being coached by former Nunawading player amongst other accolades, Kristen Veal. It looks like assistant coach Matt Patton addressing the team before tip-off. The Nunawading girls coming out onto the floor. The usual starting 5, Rachel Antoniadou, Izzy Chilcott, Kira Rowe, Rebecca Pizzi and Kathleen Shear to start for the Spectres.
Centre of Excellence will have Agnes Eminopu, the captain, Kelsey Rees, Jade Melbourne, Paige Price,
and Adelaide Fuller. Can we really expect COE to challenge Nunawading today, or should it be a too good an outfit by Nunawading?
Well, Nunawading firmly entrenched in the top 8 and looking at one of those championship contender outfits. And the Centre of Excellence, look, they've got the talent. That's the thing. They're just young and inexperienced, ultimately. So it's one of those cases of, can they come out and have a big game? Can someone light it up?
Yep.
And we saw what happened with the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence men last night.
Yeah, knocking off Ballarat men, the undefeated Ballarat men. And we're underway here, and Nunawading hold possession first up with Kira Rowe handing it off to Antoniadou. And the Nunawading women bolstering their depth, bringing in Rachel Brewster last week, coming back from her 4-year stint at Utah State. As we go inside, and Kira Rowe gets the steal back off the rebound. And a nice cut, and finishes this time. Great assist by captain Izzy Chilcott.
Pretty handy to bring a player like Brewster into the team. You're already doing pretty well, and Absolutely. Then you go, bang, Brewster, come and join us as Eminopu fires from deep and is off target.
Shear going to work inside, kicks it to Pizzi at the top. Feeds inside to Pizzi and gets it to go. That'll be a good matchup between Pizzi and Rees. 2 tall girls. Look to be able to move up and down the floor quite well.
Yeah, they're both versatile and athletic.
Chilcott with the rebound out on the break, gives it up to Rowe. Rowe goes, and the good block there by Price.
Well, Price fired from deep at the other end and was a bit short. She manages to get a beautiful deflection on that one, blocking the shot.
Nunawading need to get it in there. Deflected back out, Nunawading ball. Crowd slowly starting to trickle in here for the ladies' game. It's family day here down at Nunawading.
I brought my kids in.
I've got one of 2 here at the moment. The other one will be here later, having his afternoon nap at the moment. Shear goes to work and, as she so often does, spins right and goes off the glass. And Nunawading out 6-0.
And look, that's where Nunawading's strength's going to be in this game is going into the likes of Shear and looking for the slashes getting in the paint, because from a size and experience point of view, that's where the Centre of Excellence probably exposed a bit.
Yeah.
Rees out in the perimeter. Hands off. Melbourne trying to get into the paint.
12 left on the shot clock after that jump ball. Good seal by Reese there and well recognised by Adelaide Fuller.
So some offensive rebounds there, giving the Centre of Excellence some second chance opportunities.
And Todiatu can't get it to drop.
Fuller pulls down the rebound. It's Price.
Speed by Jade Melbourne there.
Ah, Melbourne. My apologies. Busy. Inside, Shear going to work. It's going to be Fuller picking up a foul. First foul of the game. 6-4 advantage to the Spectres.
Chilcott kicks it to Pizzi on the wing. From deep. Can't get it to go.
She's been looking for that three-point attempt and pulls the trigger this time. Oh, lovely fake. Can't finish. Emanopu pulls it down.
And a nice little floater there from Price.
So just like that, the Centre of Excellence have tied the scores up at 6. Some nice moves inside. I was really impressed by that move in the paint. Just couldn't capitalise.
If nothing else, you expect the Centre of Excellence to be very technically proficient. Millie Pryor coming in for her first minutes of the night.
So Fuller takes a break.
Going inside to Shear again. Going to work.
That's short, and it's Melbourne again pushing the tempo.
Good hands there by Shear.
Pryor fell awkwardly. Connected with her teammate.
And last night's leading scorer, Lily Scanlon, comes into the match, and so does Sarah Slater for Nunawading.
So that's one thing you'll expect the Centre of Excellence to do. They'll rotate everyone through.
Yep, absolutely. Nice feed by Shear, but Emanopu gets a hand on it. And Nunawading just maintained possession there.
And that's where a player like Chilcott's so dangerous. You got to respect her at the perimeter, but she's very good at slashing to the basket. Just trying to dive in and get open. That's another errant pass. Emanopu very active early.
Nunawading got to get it in. Again, good defense by the Centre of Excellence. Gets the turnover. Really putting Nunawading under pressure on those inbound passes.
Spectres need to be careful. This is a game they probably come in thinking we can get this win. Don't want to be complacent, because as we've seen from the Centre of Excellence early, they're not just hanging with them at the moment. There's really nothing in it.
And Toniato goes to the rim. Can't get it up. Good reach by Shear. Can't get it.
Good defensive play by Pryor. And Emanopu draws a foul on Chilcott. We talk about the Centre of Excellence and Australian junior representation and all those kind of things, but when you look across to the Spectres roster and they've got former Australian juniors all over it.
Yes, and D'Angelo's still part of this squad for the Gems. Always nice to have a Gems player coming off the bench.
Kelsey Rees hitting from deep. And there's the versatility to... And an offensive foul called on Chilcott. Scanlon coming in and making herself known defensively straight away. So on the back of that Reeves three-pointer, the visitors have a 3-point lead. And Manopu, that was long. She chases down her own rebound. It's going to go Spector's way on the possession arrow. Spectors have had more shots early, but have only 3 of 12 from the field. Centre of Excellence shooting 50%, 4 of 8. As King Hawaii, who's stepped into the game, picks up a foul.
Nunawading really making an effort to get the ball inside or penetrate to the basket, but the length of Rees and Fuller just putting their shots off and not getting the easy layups that they'd like.
And the first one is good.
Rattles in that one. Used every piece of the rim.
Every piece at that point.
And second is nothing but net. 2 points.
So Scanlon. They go inside. Oh, nice spin move. Can't finish on the right hand is Pryor. Made a couple of good moves, needs to finish those. Shear spins herself.
Another strong move by Shear down low.
Well, she's showing the youngster how it should be finished.
She looks a little bit tired already. Working hard down low.
Scanlon probing. Finger roll, can't get it to roll.
And that'll be part of the issue for Nunawading is the size. Oh, a little bit of a carry there from D'Angelo, but got away with it. Young Caitlin McLaughlin has had to return to Bendigo, so she won't be playing out the season with the women. So Nunawading do lack a little bit of size, and then in a few weeks they lose Emma Nankervis to college. So Shear will, I mean, the size of Slater and Pizzy is good, but they don't really play the 5 spot all that often. So nice shot there by D'Angelo.
And of course Pizzy likes to step out and hit the jumpers. Very versatile players. Scanlon probing.
Nice ball control there.
Corner three's up. Smith shoots it long.
D'Angelo pushing the ball up the floor. Slater running. Can't get it to go. Nice rebound by Shear. Goes up strong and gets the basket. Really working hard here, Kathleen Shear.
She is, and I think she's blowing a bit too.
Up to 6 points and 3 boards already.
Sucking in those big ones at the moment.
Would have had a tough night last night against Colleen Planetta and Izzy Ansky.
King Ray is off target. So I called the Frankston game last night against the Raiders, and compared to this one, that was a shootout. We had, I think, both teams with 30 points at the end of the first term.
Wow. I'll do one better for you. The Nunawading Youth League girls last night had 33 at quarter time and restricted bullying to just 34 for the match. And had 98s themselves. So, and we have a timeout here at the Graveyard. Nunawading taking the lead out 16-9 with 2 minutes 30 to play in the first quarter.
And Shear is the leading scorer, along with D'Angelo. Got 4. She's got 6. D'Angelo's 4.
And 5 rebounds for Shear to go with at the moment.
And for the visitors, it's Kelsey Reeves. She's got 4 points. And they've spread the load. There was a shootout at Frankston last night.
Did Steph go off for another 50?
No, she had 30 though, up to three-quarter time.
Wow.
And again, she did her ankle last week, so to be able to come up and do that. But Lauren Scherf, she was unstoppable.
20 rebounds or something like that.
20 rebounds, 34 points. Throw in through 3 or 4 assists, I think, as well. And then Abby Waring went off as well. She had, I think, 6 or 7 trays. One stage it was Steph Reed at one end, Waring at the other. It was fantastic to watch.
Great to watch. Would have been great to watch.
But for the purist, it wouldn't have been fun because there wasn't a lot of defence played.
That's overrated defence.
Certainly there's been some huge highlight reel plays this season. Plenty this weekend already.
We're almost halfway point of the season at the moment. After today, Nunawading have played their 10th game out of 20.
Kinghua forcing it in. Has a deflected out. Now Pizzi, D'Angelo. Oh, D'Angelo.
Nice floater, gets to go.
D'Angelo's super aggressive on offense and stepping on.
Yep.
Do you reckon against Centre of Excellence she's trying to keep her name up there?
Absolutely. Nice
And
block there
blocked.
by Slater.
Great
Good defence.
It was great defence, more so to make sure she didn't foul.
Absolutely.
That was a quick 5 seconds.
Quick 5 seconds comparatively to the couple of times Nunawading have had the ball. Oh, nice little cut there by Slater. And draws the foul. Nice little slip.
Slow to rotate was the Centre of Excellence defensively.
Nunawading been running a lot of the kick it to wing and on ball, and then every so often just slide under that one and don't set the screen.
There's a lot to be said for keeping it simple though.
Absolutely.
Allow the player's skill level to take over. So Slater at the line. She's already got 2 points. I'm looking forward to seeing Rachel Brewster take to the court. Of course, had a stellar 4-year career at Utah State. Certainly was able to light it up in her time over there.
Absolutely. It'd be really good to see her pick up a WNBL development spot or something coming into the new season. One of the things she really did do at Utah State was turn into a prolific scorer and shooting guard. Good hands by D'Angelo there and picked up, given ahead to Antoniadou, who makes no mistake. And just like that, Nunawading's put on a 16-0 run to take the lead out 22-9 with a minute left here in the first.
For the kids watching at home, seeing what Antoniadou just did then, she didn't put the ball on the floor once she received. She just went straight to the hole.
And always pass ahead.
Kinghua misfires.
Antoniadou gives it ahead to D'Angelo, who gets to the rim, steps through, and gets the nice friendly bounce there.
Well, that was a difficult shot she had to make over Smith, but did it nicely. So we're down to a 2-possession ball game to close the first period out. Kinghua.
The 6 on the shot.
She's long again. Good hands. Yeah, there's a... So the scores table failed to reset the shot clock. Centre of Excellence will get another opportunity.
2-second difference here between the game and shot clock. Nice drive. And Pizzi just coming over the back. Catches the arm.
Well, Fuller's rewarded for effort there. She just hung with it, just stayed on the offensive glass, worked hard, and now she's going to go to the line and try and be rewarded for all that effort. She probably should have put the first one back in. That was a tired-looking free throw.
It was very flat, very flat. Needs a little bit more arc on that one. That's better.
And brings up 10 points for the Centre of Excellence. Hit double figures.
Got to get it
Have
up.
to fire.
Too late.
Probably too late.
And after a quarter here at the Graveyard, Nunawading out to a 24-10 lead. Chelsea D'Angelo leading all scorers with 8. Kathleen with 6. And Sarah Slater 4 for the Centre of Excellence. Kelsey Rees has 5 points and Emma Nopu has 3 rebounds.
And look, the telling stat there is Centre of Excellence are getting opportunities to score. They're not making them. They're only shooting 20% from the field. They're 3 of 14 inside the arc and 1 of 6 outside it. Well, on the flip side, Nunawading 10 of 21, 47% from the field, 100% from the charity stripe. Been there 4 times. And, you know, everything else is pretty even. It's just they're not shooting at a good clip.
And after we said about Nunawading shooting a poor percentage of 3 of 12, they've gone 7 of 9 since then to take it back up to the 47% from the field. And 3 of those misses have been from beyond the arc. So,
But it's how they've got it done. They've got it done inside.
Absolutely.
They haven't relied on the outside shots. The Centre of Excellence, a lot of those shots missed have been long twos or, you know, nearly even a bailout shot on the shot clock. So they need to find a way to get the ball back inside. We saw some offensive rebounds. They have looked good one out with the post moves, though. Their bigs have got some moves on them.
They do,
They've had used a good footwork. They've got up fakes, and they've used a great effect, but they just haven't been able to finish.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see the COE come out and go to a bit of a zone and make Nunawading try and shoot from the outside.
Well, so far, the Centre of Excellence have played their entire squad of 9 that they've suited up for today's game. Everyone's played at least 4, if not 5 minutes. Nunawading just gone to the 3 players off the bench so far in Slater, D'Angelo and Boyd. And as I said, I'm looking forward to seeing Brewster. And another one I want to see is Louisa Whakalata, see if we can get her on the court, of course, an Australian junior representative.
Absolutely, yes. Interesting to see Brewster not get on the court in that first quarter. Maybe Coach Flynn still getting the offensive sets ingrained into her after coming across. Good D there by Slater and Antoniado.
Quick release is long. The rebound by Fuller.
Giving up a few too many offensive boards.
And that's an unforced turnover. And Fuller knows. And the Centre of Excellence are doing a very good job on the offensive boards. We've got 7.
7 more offensive boards than defensive boards at the moment for the COE. Nunawading will have to box out a bit harder and get on those loose balls.
So D'Angelo, who's looked super impressive, I'd say she's the most dangerous player on the court today in this contest.
Oh, without doubt.
Finds her way back to the free throw line, but just as you talk someone up, they miss their free throw. Misses both, but Shear tracks it down.
Steps under again. Can't get the roll. Slater with the rebound. Chilcott on the wing. Steps around. Gets the arm from Emma Nopu.
Emma Nopu played her really well defensively on that penetration, but that arm reached out.
Yeah, forced her into the heave, but it was bailed out there.
So Chilcott looking to get her first points of the game. Chilcott just such the team player. Does what the team needs, whether it's score, rebound, defensive assignment.
And Nopu having a breather with 2 fouls early in the second. And Lily Scanlon coming back onto the floor. Oh, great crossover there by Jade. And the nice 2 from the foul line. And the lovely reverse layout by Chelsea D'Angelo. Great spot up there by Kathleen Shear.
Well, D'Angelo did a great job to just hang on to it, let alone finish the reverse. Lovely play. Price goes hard, blocked by Shear.
D'Angelo can't find Shear.
She tried to
good
return
screen
the
by Ilse Chilcott there. Shear goes baseline, drops it off to Chilcott in the middle, who makes it good. Shear's on the floor again. She's working hard today, Kathleen.
Working hard this weekend. Good defence by D'Angelo.
Slater needs to do a slightly better job of boxing out there.
And she's penalised as well. It's going to be a potential three-point play. Got to keep those arms up. Always easier said than done.
And Keely Frawley coming into the match for the first time today, giving Chelsea D'Angelo a breather.
So Fuller can't complete the three-point play as we see some backcourt trap employed by the Centre of Excellence, easily navigated by the Spectres.
Shear going one-on-one. Drop steps again, up fakes, and puts it in.
Well, she got her off the ground. Rees jumped. Just need to hold her ground, and just a veteran savvy move.
It's like as you get older, you get an extra step move in there that the young ones don't know of. Good hands there by Frawley. Bit of a bailout there by the officials. And Adelaide Fuller picks up her second personal as well. So Millie Pryor coming back in to replace her.
So it's been workmanlike performance up until now. 33-14 lead. Make that 34-14, so 20-point margin. It's just getting a little bit out of control. Centre of Excellence, got to get it over.
8-second violation will happen now. Good defence there by Nunawading, just changing the tempo up the floor.
It was a very good switch up coming out of the free throws. Certainly stunned their younger foes.
It's always an interesting rule that I find. They go back to the 14-second reset here after the turnover. I would have always thought it should have been 24. It's the first time you've touched it.
I think it's bizarre, to be honest with you.
Steps through
there
again,
you go again.
and another move by Kathleen Shear.
And
That takes her up to 10 as well.
Rees just let off a little bit of a squeal there. She knew she fell for it, and she's done it twice in a row now. She went left this time.
It's great for the COE to be playing against competition of this standard, though. Rees will learn a lot from someone like Kathleen Shear.
Rees. Well, she was one out. She probably should have taken a non-Shear, I reckon. Scanlon gets
Good
inside
block
and
there by
blocked.
Shear.
Great defensive play. But I'd like Rees to take Shears back on herself. She's got some moves of her own. That's a tough shot, and the shot clock violation.
And on cue, Brewster comes into the lineup, replacing Rachel Antoniadou.
So the Centre of Excellence are back in town next week as well. We've got a triple header.
Ouch.
We've got a triple Friday. They'll be taking on the Diamond Valley Eagles. Saturday, Waverley Falcons. And then they're going to be playing Launceston somewhere in Melbourne. To be confirmed.
I believe it's at Hawthorn.
It's going to be at Hawthorn.
Hawthorn are getting an NBL1 game to host over at, I would assume, the Burundara Sports Centre.
I would have assumed it would be there as well on the show court there. Of course, Keilor had a turn at hosting one of the games as well.
Okay. Great to see some of the other clubs getting a look in.
Brewster fires. And she picks up the offensive rebound.
A little bit sloppy in the passing there.
It's like a pinball. Ends up in King Huaya and she'll finish. So timeout's called. Not sure by whom, but
Coach Flynn not too happy with that lackadaisical offensive set there, I think.
well, he does have the luxury of a 20-point margin as we near the halfway mark of the second period in this round 7 NBL1 contest. But so I speak to some players. We were talking about that triple header the Centre of Excellence face when they travel to Melbourne. And I speak to some players. The first one's okay. The second one, they can live with it.
Yeah.
That third one, you're battered and bruised by the time you hit that.
And backing up from a 6:30 on the Saturday night to a 12 p.m. on the Sunday, at least you got almost 24 hours from Friday to Saturday. But just the, 16 hours between games Saturday to Sunday when it's your third. And it's not an easy triple. Waverley's women have been playing really well and Launceston doing really well now as well. So tough weekend for the COE, but they're young, they can handle it.
And of course, gets tough for Nunawading next week. They're heading.
No, we're
the hosting.
Yeah,
sorry,
hosting.
Now, if you want to see one of the best teams going around for the last 18 months, the Bendigo Braves will be in town
and
at the graveyard.
Becca Tobin this week into the lineup. I think they'd have to be championship favourites at the moment.
Yeah, they're favoured to go. I can't really say back-to-back, but they won Siebel last year, and they're favoured to win this first inaugural season of NBL1. As Shears beats the shot clock. And Scanlon's on the break.
Good D by Shear. Just contested enough without drawing the foul. Nunawading on the 3-on-2.
Rowe. Chilcock, good ball movement. A skip pass.
Brewster with the long two. Makes it go.
Pretty handy to add an offensive talent such as Brewster to this lineup. You talk about Bendigo adding Becca Tobin. The rich get richer.
Bendigo you're talking about there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rich in talent.
Rich in talent, yes.
Rich in talent. Of course, if there's any team that likes their chances against the Braves, it will be the Spectres. This is the second. Active hands nearly.
Good rebound there by Rowe.
Managed to snatch it away from Pro. Did a pretty good job of getting her hands to it.
Crawley probably could have gone all the way there. Gives it out to Brewster. 5 on the shot clock. Crawley from deep.
It went in off the shot clock.
Off the shot clock.
So that'll be waved off.
Counts in the half-time, half-court shot, but not in the match, unfortunately.
So it's a 21-point advantage to the home team. Of course, the graveyard, such a difficult location for visiting teams to play at. Not many teams come away from the graveyard with victory. Brewster. Blocked.
And gotten back. And gets it to go. Well stayed with there, Rachel. What have you liked from the COE so far in this first half?
Well, I like their versatility. I like their pace. The bigs have got some moves. We just saw a screen and roll. They can't finish, and that's been their problem.
She goes down hard. Looks to be okay.
Just took a hard hit on the floor, I think. But yeah, look, they've all looked talented. They've got the skill. It's being able to finish against older, more experienced opposition. And we just saw there, Rees making a good position, a great move on the screen and roll with them, and just can't finish. And that's been the difference in this contest. And then you got someone like Chilcott, so experienced. You got players that have played WNBL before as well. There's one of them, Rowe. Saves
nice
it.
effort by Rowe there.
Straight to Scanlon.
Good hands by Frawley. Just deflects the inbounds pass. And we've got a hooking foul here on Smith.
It was the right call. Quite often you see the referees let those go.
At 40-17, I might let it go too. But then again, I'm not a ref anymore.
So COE of sticking with his zone, 2-3.
Good D there by Hawaii.
They're nearly baiting Chilcott before to shoot it.
Good fake there by Chilcott. Can't get it to go. Good rebound by Pizzi. And Pizzi will take two here. Frawley and Chilcott having a breather. Antoniado and D'Angelo coming back into the match. Pizzi goes 1 of 2.
King away, showing the moves. Lovely handoff inside. Good help D by Antoniado. So some wide-scale substitutions by the Centre of Excellence. And see, there you go. That's another good move.
Good
the
move,
footwork's there. This time gets the foul. Bit more strength, a bit more experience, and you can see them. Those kind of shots will be going down. A lot of contact, and Pizzi comes away. D'Angelo back on. Gets into the paint. And there was size in the crowd for that call. So timeout's been called. It's a 41-17 advantage to the Spectres inside the final 2 minutes of the first half.
I'm finding it a tough game to call. It's, I mean, it's always tough being so young. They're doing what they can, but Yeah, it's a tough game to call.
Well, whenever you get a big margin, and you're always hoping there's this comeback, so we've got something to go with. But at the end of the day, there's a huge amount of talent on the court. But there is a massive gap in experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
And right now, Shear and D'Angelo, 10 apiece, leading the way. Shear's eyeing another double-double. She's got 7 rebounds. And Kelsey Rees has got 5 points, Melbourne 4. They do have a spread of scorers, but they really haven't had anyone take the game by the scruff of the neck.
No. Still just shooting the 21% from the field.
What's disappointing for mine for the Centre of Excellence, they're only 2 of 7 from the free throw line. And to me, that's unacceptable.
Yep. Yeah, just the 28%. When you get the free opportunities, you've got to take them.
And the Spectres are now 10 of 13 from the line in comparison. Make that 11 of 14. And D'Angelo up to 12 points to lead all scorers. Melbourne goes all the way.
She's got some good pace about her, Jade Melbourne. Antoniadou tried going over the screen there, and that half a step just put her way too far behind Melbourne.
She's got a nice crossover on her as well.
Slater at the elbow.
Probably not the best option there.
No.
There's a mismatch not in their favour. Would have been wiser to kick that one out and find the corresponding mismatch.
A young Izzy Fella coming into the game for her first minutes, placing Kira Rowe. One of those things, I haven't thought that Nunawading's been completely dominant. I know the scoreboard says 45-19 and people will probably go, you're an idiot, but they just haven't dominated.
No, they haven't. The Centre of Excellence, to a degree, have shot themselves in the feet.
Yeah. CO is defending well. They're forcing tough shots. They're putting Nunawading to the line, and Nunawading's made 11 of 14, which clearly helps, but...
But you're right. There's one shot difference. Well, now it's the same. Both teams have had 34 shots.
Yeah.
One team shooting 47%, one shooting 24.
Yep.
And
it's just the fouls.
The rebound count, the Spectres have got an 8 rebound advantage. But 10 turnovers also hurts by the Centre of Excellence compared to just 4 for the Spectres. And Spectres have been getting it done in the paint. Probably a reason why their shooting percentage is a bit higher as well. 30-10 in the paint. So Melbourne picks up a foul.
And Louisa Whakalata joins the team on the floor.
That's what we want to see. Current Spectres junior, Australian junior representative.
And talent to watch for the future. Slater goes 1 of 2 there. Nunawading out 46-20 with a minute to play here in the second.
Scanlon. I really like the look of Scanlon's game. See, there you go.
Yep.
Fundamentals.
Yep.
The footwork is there. And this time Rees gets it to go.
And the long legs get you from one side of the hoop to the other pretty quickly.
But I've liked what I've seen from Rees. I really like what I see from Scanlon. Again, good defence by the Centre of Excellence.
Good rebound there by Slater.
That's tough. That's called crashing the boards.
That's what Slater's got to do. She's not a starter. She just does the 1%ers for the team.
Well, especially with McLaughlin now not there.
Yeah, absolutely.
She needs to step up and do a lot more of that. really struggling to get the ball in. The centre of excellence have made the Spectres look a little bit pedestrian on the inbounds a few times today. Melbourne probing, kicks it out to the wing for 3. Back of the iron. Centre of excellence. Players there just about tackled D'Angelo. So 18 seconds left in the first half. It's a 46-22 advantage to the home side. D'Angelo now looks to add to her 12 points.
First one is good.
Misses on that one, so the centre of excellence should have the last shot of the half.
Good defense by Whakalata. Slater as well. Good D.
Great D, and that'll be
Draws the
travel.
Excellent defense by Sarah Slater there. Catch and shoot.
Right idea. The centre of excellence got caught up in a little bit too much ISO ball. So 1 second on the game clock. This will be a heave. Didn't beat the buzzer. Wasn't too far off the mark.
Wasn't too far off. And that's the first half here at the Graveyard. Nunawading in control, 47-22. We will be back with you in 5 or 6 minutes. And we're back here at the Graveyard for the second half of this women's game. Nunawading leading 47-22. Chelsea D'Angelo leading all scorers with 13. Kathleen Shear 10. And for the Centre of Excellence, Kelsey Rees has 7 and Jade Melbourne 6. If you're Coach Veal and Patton, what are you telling the girls here in the second half?
Well, I think you're encouraging their defensive, exactly what they've been doing defensively. Offensively, I think they need a little bit more structure. They certainly have been relegated to going one out quite a few times. And certainly I'd keep giving it to the post. The post one out have got the moves. They just haven't been able to finish, but a lot of them are makeable. But I think they just need a bit more structure, straighten them up a little bit offensively. But they've got the talent to work with. And if they can do that, they'll be able to put some more points on than 22 and a half.
Absolutely.
But giving up 47, probably a little bit more than they want to, but at the same time, they really haven't been able to get going, and some of those turnovers have led to some transition buckets.
Yep.
So we talk about the shooting. The Centre of Excellence are just 9 of 35 from the field, 25%. Whereas the Spectres, they're 16 of 35. They've had the same amount of shots, and they're shooting 45% from the field, 15 of 20 from the free throw line, and that just shows you the size. They're going into the paint at virtually every opportunity.
Absolutely. And if you take those 15 away, or even 2/3 of that, it's a much better game. It's 35-22, and you're probably happy as a coach with their defensive effort, just sending them to the line too early for too many opportunities. And we're underway to start the third quarter here. COE with the ball.
So on court, Melbourne, Price, Pryor, Scanlon and Rees for the Centre of Excellence.
And a nice three there from Price.
But again, some ball movement, open shot.
Fed it inside to the post again.
Yeah, inside out. They get an open shot and they make it. So a positive start. Good D by Emma Nopu. Gets a steal, but stolen back by Chilcott. Emma Nopu's ability to stay in front of players is actually really impressive.
Rowe inside to Pizzi. Goes to work. Can't get the left-hander to go.
Probably need to pass a little bit earlier to her. She dived in, was wide open, and then was nearly passed in as an afterthought as we see Melbourne lose the handle.
Nunawading seem just a little bit out of sorts in their transition, not running to their spots. But they've settled down now. Antoniadou with the three, it's offline. Pizzi pulls in the O-board. Antoniadou looked at the three again, but then drove.
Quite wisely pulled it out too. They had no rebounds. We've seen offensive foul call, moving screen.
And that's Pizzi's third foul. She'll... Coach Flynn will keep her in at the moment.
Well, there's only 4 Spectres players that have racked up a foul at all.
Comparatively, all bar one of the COEs have got a couple.
And Smith has 3 for the COE. Great vision by Melbourne to kick it out. Tough basket. And Rees this time gets it to drop under all kinds of pressure. And they're the shots she was missing in the first half. In fact, she was missing easier ones than that.
Absolutely.
And makes the difficult one. And that's a confidence booster she probably needs.
COE have put 6 points on here in the third quarter. Cut that margin down to 19. Rowe pulls up. Can't get it to go. I reckon if COE score on this position, Coach Flynn might be calling a timeout.
Long three.
Looked all right.
Attempted by Price. And the Spectres will regroup. Rowe. Antonia do. Kicks it back to Rowe. No hesitation. It's long.
Nunawading now none of 8 from beyond the arc.
Melbourne did a mountain of work boxing out. There you go.
And again, another move. Another basket and another foul.
And this is a lot better by the Centre of Excellence, making the most of their opportunities. Whereas in the first half, they were missing all of those, just about. And Rees now making an impression on the scoreboard.
So Rees now up to 12 points to lead the COE.
D'Angelo leads all scorers with 13 for the Spectres as Antonia do fires from deep. Maybe there's glad wrap on the bucket at this end because the Spectres can't hit. And kick out to Melbourne and they'll settle things down. Price turned down the 3. Eminopu. Deflected by Chilcott. She is going to work. Just muscles her way in. She now has 10 points.
Nopu from 3. Nunawading with the 4 on 3. Good hands there by Melbourne.
Got a mismatch inside. They still haven't recognised it. Now they go to it. Slipped over.
Melbourne with the nice floater.
So the Centre of Excellence offensively looked far better to open the second half. Melbourne just a little bit over aggressive defensively. Picks up the foul. For Melbourne, that's her 3rd. No, it's just her 2nd. Shear. Chilcott for 3.
And Nunawading finally on the board. And they're now 1 of 11 from beyond the arc. Nice move there by King Hawaii and gets the 2 to go.
Again,
this is a better quarter.
It's a far better quarter, and those shots she was missing in the opening half as well. So they've certainly lifted a gear.
Well, they've taken their shooting percentage from 25 up to 31. And conversely, Nunawading have dropped from 47 down to 39 as D'Angelo puts another strong move to the basket and gets it to count. But Nunawading just maintaining a 20-point lead here. COE doing well not to let it blow out.
Good work on the boards by Rees, keeping it alive, and it was deflected out of bounds by the Spectres.
And Jade Melbourne having a well-deserved rest there. Really done well for the COE today. Leads from the front.
She's been very aggressive and very strong, as we see.
Nice block there by Kathleen Shear.
That was a huge block by Shear.
D'Angelo pulls up in transition, and that is no good. Nunawading with the O-board, gives it back. D'Angelo looks and thinks about it again, feeds it inside to Shear, who gives it to Chilcott, back to Shear, and puts in the 2.
Good patience by the Spectres. Sets up a good shot by Shear. who now has 14 points. Scanlon's going to work. Deep in the paint.
Travelling there. Oh, too long. Too long.
Well, for mine, that's not Reese's fault. They took too long to get at the ball.
Yeah, she had a good seal there.
Whenever you get a player a seal on that semicircle, you got to get him the ball.
She's really making sheer work down low as well.
Good defense by Scanlon.
Oh,
Gee, they just scraped in.
Just scraped in over the 8-second backcourt.
And then all that work that Scanlon did, it all unravels when you reach in and put a hand on. Scanlon's one of those players you'd hate to be guarding you, I reckon.
Nice feed there by Chilcott to Slater.
Centre of excellence, double down. It's thrown away. King Hawaii is off and away. And then throws it away. I couldn't have scripted that better.
No, you did well. All the dads out there will be loving those dad jokes. Nice move by D'Angelo as she takes the basket again and draws the foul. For those of you at home, Damien's still laughing at that joke.
It's not often I lose it. Simon Mitchell lost me last night too.
Did he?
So D'Angelo. Game's leading scorer. Been the most potent offensive threat on the court of either team. She has 18 points.
Tessa Boyd picks up the foul there. That's something different this quarter as well. The COE have been able to draw fouls, Nunawading with 4 already in the quarter. That's just 6 in the first half entirely. And they'll go shoot 2 here.
Reese takes a well-deserved break. She's been impressive in this quarter. Leads the COE with 12 points.
Could probably do a bit more on the glass. At her size, she should be pulling in half a dozen a game, I'd say.
So Scanlon gets both. And that 20-point margin is still pretty much around the 20-point margin it's been since the opening.
Nunawading finally get called for the 8-second backcourt.
They've flirted with it a few times. Smith feeds it inside.
King away. Nice catch and shot there by Smith.
Second efforts are helping the centre of excellence. And see, that's unlucky. That time Scanlon was moving her feet, staying in front, had her hands out, and really it was Chilcott creating the contact. And I just, personally, that's a no call in my books, but it'll go down the books as a foul. Scanlon picks up foul number 3. Eminopu.
Good read by Eminopu there and recovers it and makes it count.
And it's inside 20 points.
And a little bit of the story of the day. Nunawading's inbounding has not been as crisp as normal.
Well, the centre of excellence do a good job of getting in the passing lanes.
Shear with her own rebound.
And they get another stop. Corner 3, Scanlon. Rattled out. Certainly the Centre of Excellence bench is starting to come to life as they've got a roll on.
D'Angelo with the nice step through.
And that's tough to guard.
Yep.
She does such a good job of turning her body and protecting the ball as she goes up with that right hand.
Step through by Pryor.
Emma Nopu flies in. Smith's finger roll doesn't
Here with
go.
the rebound. Into the final minute here of the third quarter. Nunawading holding the 21-point lead, 61-40.
And that lady just making the pass. She's got 20 to lead all scorers.
And makes another finger roll. Nice drive there by Chelsea D'Angelo. She's been the difference between the two teams tonight.
And she's consistently finished at the rim all game. 22 points, goes to the line to make 23.
Shooting 8 of 10 from the field is D'Angelo, 80% from the field. Impressive.
And knocks it down at the stripe. 23 points. She's 7 of 10 at the charity stripe as well.
And gets a steal to add to that stat line.
Poked away by Smith, but gives D'Angelo the dribble back.
Yeah, probably didn't need to do that. Boyd from 3. Way off the mark.
Pizzi with the offensive rebound.
Chilcott.
Chilcott.
Nunawading are starting to look a bit tired from deep. Everything's just that bit short or a bit wide.
So 5.5 seconds left on the game clock. Scanlon. Open shot. It's good!
And gets it to go.
Lily Scanlon finishes off a much more encouraging period for the Centre of Excellence. They've nudged 42, but the Spectres lead 64.
It's one of those games where you'd think Coach Flynn would be looking to put in his younger players, give them some run, give the older bodies a bit of a breather, but COE are just a touch too close at the moment to do it just now. If we're out in the 30 to 35, I think he'd be putting them in now, but...
he would have had most of them in by now if it was 30 plus.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to see, he's going to, this will be, Flynn will just run with his normal rotation, try and keep that 20 to 30 point margin if he can, and then he'll spill the bench, one would think.
Yeah, you'd think so. So get through the first few minutes and hold them at bay.
And this is the beauty of the Centre of Excellence. They've got a deep, talented roster. Yes, they're young, but they run them continuously.
Yep.
They're rotating everyone through. They're going to finish with pretty much equal court time for everyone. They've just got Scanlon and Pryor on 3 fouls. And Smith on 3 fouls each.
Yep.
Pizzi is the only Spectre with more than 2. She's got 3 fouls of her own.
For the COE, everyone's played at least 12 minutes with only one playing in the 20s as Kelsey Reeves. Then you expect that being the biggest girl on the floor. So nice spread of time amongst the COE players.
Well, if you've got the COE playing in a senior competition such as NBL1, if you're a tall, when you're at the COE, you're going to be playing lots of minutes because you're going to be going up against big, hardened bodies.
And she hasn't been shown up at all. I've been very impressed with Kelsey Reeves' offensive work, but also, she's been defending Shear quite well. I know Shear's got 14 points, but when you've got Shear, Pizzi, Slater all coming at you, she's done well.
So I reckon 3 to 4 minutes will be the target here, and then I think Flynn will be hoping that his team's still up 20, 24, 25 points, and then we'll see him slowly inject some of his bench into the game. You know, I think it'd be a good opportunity for him too to put Dan Curvis out and test her against someone like Rees as well.
Boyd pulls up off the glass and gets the roll. Good start there for Nunawading.
Importantly, as a shooter, good crisp moves, no hesitation. And that's a foul. Scanlon's got that pace and ability to stop, start, darts around, and difficult assignment to guard. And defensively, she's able to stay in front of players using the same methodology. Just active the whole time.
Emanopu goes a little bit too far, but they maintain possession.
Pryor, kick out. Scanlon from deep. So Scanlon hit that one to end the third. Backs it up with a 3 to open the fourth. It's still 21-point margin.
Not much the defender could do there.
And I said in the third, she's in front. She's moving her feet. What has she done wrong?
Yep.
That's twice she's been pinged when she's been in front and maintained her position. And Pizzy's been called for 3 in the key. Smith aggressive to the basket. But I like that. The second half, the centre of excellence have been far more aggressive, trying to get into the paint, and that was a case of example. Smith didn't even look like she was going to put the ball on the floor and do that in the first half.
No.
Can't get the free throws to go, and again, the centre of excellence shooting well below 50% from the free throw line, and misses both. If you can't make free throws, you're going to struggle. You see some extended pressure. And that's something the centre of excellence have done a pretty good job at. Step back, D'Angelo. And Scanlon's called for a hold on the box out. Scanlon will foul out. Foul number 5.
She racked those up fairly quickly.
And
Toniadu comes back in for Chilcott. Good D by King Hawaii there.
Shot clock's down to 5.
And Toniadu with the strong drive can't get the iron.
Smith. It's like a carbon play from just before. Carbon copy. She goes left again.
And picks up D'Angelo's third.
She get a chance to make amends for missing both of them on her previous trip. Didn't see COE just 6 of 15 from the free throw line. And she's missed 3 in a row. There you go, we got one.
they'd have made all their free throws, we'd be into a 10-point game here.
So it's still a 20-point margin. The Spectres are hang on to it. The COE haven't let them extend it any further.
Going to be another 8-second backcourt if they're not careful. Just in the nick of time.
Fraction of a second in hand. Frawley, and there's a shot clock violation. Just total lack of recognition of where that clock was at. King away. Just hasn't been able to get going offensively this afternoon. Had plenty of open looks.
If you're the COE, I think you're pretty happy with the defensive effort that's stepped up. I mean, Nunawading were 47 points at the half, and they've only given up 19 points in the next 15 minutes.
Certainly a different looking team altogether in the second half. They've been far more disciplined, worked harder. More importantly, they've started making shots. One stage they were shooting just 20% from the field. They're now up to 33. Shot clock's down to 5 again. So Spectres unable to get good looks the last few possessions. Reach in from Brewster. And a timeout's called by the Spectres. They are leading 66-46, but it's certainly been a far from impressive second half performance from the Spectres.
Yeah, really not their finest effort, but you've got to give credit to the COE for that.
D'Angelo leads all scorers with 23 points. Shear has 14 points, 10 rebounds. And Chilcott, 7 points. She's got 9 rebounds of her own. COE's Kelsey Rees, 12 points. And Jade Melbourne next best with 8. But they do have a very good spread of scoring. But no one player's been able to get going for the COE today, whereas D'Angelo's just been dominant offensively.
Yeah, she's been really the only one from Nunawading. Oh, she's been solid as always, but yeah, D'Angelo's really been the standout for mine. 23 points. And shooting an impressive clip from the field as well.
So we're underway. Smith with the move going left and blocked.
By Shear.
And you can see with Smith, she's far more comfortable going left. Shot clock's down to 4. Oh, the sky hook. Not sure why they've got a foul call. Score table didn't reset the shot clock either. Clearly hit the rim. So 6 minutes to play. 20-point margin in favour of the Spectres. But the COE have certainly shored things up in the second half. Brewster had a deep seal. Shot clock down to 5.
And Brewster with her second basket of the day.
Oh, that's a double dribble. That's a brain fade. Thought the referee was going to miss that for a second there. But how's that? Being able to bring Brewster in off the bench and someone that can make shots when the shot clock's running down.
And she'll find her feet into this lineup. Only a third outing.
So both teams over the limit. We'll see Spectres head to the free throw line.
And that's Smith's just fouled. She's out of the game as well.
There's been 24 team fouls called on a centre of excellence in this game to date. We've still got over 5 minutes to play. You'll see where he's only got 7 players they can call on for the remainder of this game. See, nice little move there. Again by Rees, just can't finish. But now it'll be the centre of excellence heading the free throw line. But again, really good footwork by Rees. I really like what I've seen.
Yeah, she's been very impressive all game.
So Eminopu. Great chase down by Eminopu for her own missed free throw. Shot clock running down. Melbourne fires from long range.
Good defense by Antoniado there.
And a reach in called on Frawley.
We might be here for quite a while these last 5 minutes.
I don't want to harp on it again, but the centre of excellence are now just 7 of 19 from the free throw line. Well below 40%. Now this is the centre of excellence we're talking about. And
well, we know what training's going to be this week, don't we? There we go. 8 of 20.
Honestly, at any level, that's unacceptable. So Fuller makes both. And Eminopu with a deflection.
Good tap there by Brewster. Rawley can't get it to go. Rebound by Brewster and puts it in.
So Brewster now moves up to 9 points. And again, I nearly make a case, so beyond D'Angelo, Brewster's looked the most likely.
Especially of the guards, yes.
Again, not discounting what she has been able to achieve. Brewster chases down the defensive rebound.
Goes inside to Shear.
And that's just strength. So again, Coach Flynn's stuck with his main rotation. Still got 4:12 to play. And I reckon now that it's 25-point margin, we might see him put a few in.
Yeah, I'd be bringing the younger ones in.
So Shear picks up foul number, I think it's just number 2. But both teams well over the limit. It's become a bit of a foul fest. So 2 consecutive trips to the charity stripe has seen the Centre of Excellence make both. An uncommon occurrence in this game.
Crawley from the corner.
That was way off. That was ugly.
That was. COE putting a bit of pressure up the floor now on D.
King away. We'll make another trip. This is going to be a long 4 minutes, I think.
Fakalata coming in. He's the first of the changes.
Gets the second to fall.
She pulls up. Can't get the roll.
Turned over. Brewster with the steal. And the errant pass. She is wide open. Antonia do. Just settles things down. Brewster wants a basket. Fakalata with the offensive rebound. Smallest player on the court. So Adelaide Fuller picks up foul number 4. She picks up another one. They'll be left with 6 available players. King away, leading the break. And one! Antonia do. Ping for the foul.
COE are now winning the second half battle, 26 points to 31. They've got to be happy with the fight back and
another missed free throw. Shear. There's that old adage, the tall timber doesn't get any shorter.
Shear now with the double-double, 18 points, 11 boards now on the night. Another solid outing by Kathleen.
Well, the only player that Coach Flynn's really put away in this final term altogether is D'Angelo. We haven't seen her. Melbourne with a tough attempt. Good rebound inside.
Good hands by Rachel Antoniadou. Gets the jump ball.
So Fella back in. There you go. They're going to the bench now. Fakalata and Fella both on together.
Surely can't be too long before Kathleen Shear has a break. Nice shot there by Price.
2 points down. Thanks, Boss.
Strong move by Shear again.
There you go, 20 points and 11 rebounds. There you go, got the big double-double. It's just about time to substitute her out, I reckon. He hasn't gone to anyone
Not yet.
Coach Flynn continuing to stalk the sidelines and work the referees.
At the line, Kobe Halliard taking the shot. Nothing to do on the first one. Nothing to do on the second one. 2 points, 2 for 2.
Nice 2 there from Brewster.
Brewster comes off the screen nicely. Made a living at that at Utah State.
Gambles a little bit on that one, can't get the ball. Shear with another board.
Pryor wasn't able to make the easy putback.
Brewster for 3. Not this time.
That was an ambitious pass.
Trying to split the difference.
Shear, one out.
Another strong move in the
22 points
2 points down.
and 11 rebounds.
Final minute here in the ladies' game. Nunawading out by 24.
Bacalado with a rebound and on the break.
Goes all the way herself. Can't get the get the roll.
I think she really wanted that handoff.
I think so too.
Should have just been aggressive, put her head down and go on that one. Long 3 by Price.
Long goes a bit too long and out. The Spectres get the ball. 18
And look, this is going to be a win by the Spectres. But that second half, in fact, you said it in the first half, they just haven't looked like they've dominated.
And it's still 35 points to 34 in the second half, and COE have taken the 35. So from only scoring 22 and a half of basketball, they've held with it. And they've actually challenged Nunawading. Brewster to finish the game and makes the 2 count. And that's all she had here. Nunawading finally running away 83-57. The COE far from disgraced in this second half especially, but being younger, they really did hold their own there. So,
Well, they shot themselves in the feet in the first half. They shot 20% from the field. And if you look at it, they ended up shooting 50% from the free throw line, but they were as low as 36% from the line. And to hit 14 of 28, that's 14 points that have gone begging.
absolutely.
And we talked about the skill and the size difference and the physicality. You know, Reeves was certainly a standout for them, 14 points. But she could have easily had 25, 26,
Yep.
given some of the looks that she had inside in the first half.
Don't think she had many minutes in the that last quarter either.
Yeah, but certainly you can't take anything away from the Spectres. D'Angelo, 23 points. She was involved in everything. Shear finishes with 22 and 12. And Brewster, 13 points off the bench. And the longer that game went on, the more comfortable Rachel Brewster looked in that lineup.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in about 20 minutes or so as the men take on the Centre of Excellence in today's second game. We'll catch you then.